You think the American dream is still alive?
It has to be a joke, right?
This is the biggest lie ever. The American dream is dying.
It's hard to believe this is the statement of an American. The American dream? It's just that, a dream. So many people are still pursuing this dream, yet so many others have given up. But why? What has driven so many to feel hopeless about their own country? Widespread poverty and escalating homelessness have pushed once proud states to the brink of collapse. But have you ever wondered what caused these states to reach this point? And is the state you live in truly safe? In this video, we'll uncover the top 10 states at the highest risk of collapse in the US. From staggering poverty rates to streets lined with the homeless, we'll explore shocking stories and revealing numbers that might make you question the future of this nation. Before we dive in, I want to share something real with you guys. I'm a brand new creator stepping into this niche, and your support means everything. I'm not asking you to subscribe right away. Just watch the full video, and if our content resonates with you, then consider joining us by subscribing. Let's dive in. Starting off our list is Alaska, a state celebrated for its untamed beauty and rugged independence. For adventure lovers, it's paradise, but beneath the breathtaking landscapes lies a troubling reality. Over the past decade, Alaska has faced a dramatic population decline. Harsh living conditions, limited economic opportunities, and its remote location have pushed many to leave. Despite its natural resources, Alaska struggles to sustain its residents. One of Alaska's biggest challenges is its dependency on oil revenue, which has proven unstable as global energy demands shift. This has led to budget shortfalls and cuts to critical services like education and healthcare. Homelessness in Alaska is also on the rise, with thousands living without stable housing, even in freezing temperatures. In Anchorage alone, shelters are overflowing, leaving many to fend for themselves against brutal winters. Combine this with one of the highest rates of substance abuse in the country, and you see a state battling a unique set of challenges. Despite these obstacles, Alaska's community resilience is admirable. Initiatives like expanding renewable energy and improving education access are steps in the right direction. However, unless these efforts accelerate, the state risks further decline. Baltimore, Maryland, offers a grim portrait of urban struggle. With over 26% of its residents living below the poverty line, Baltimore is grappling with an economic crisis that feels insurmountable. Many families struggle to afford even the basics: food, housing, and healthcare. The city, once a thriving industrial hub, now faces crumbling infrastructure and an exodus of businesses. Homelessness is an ever-present issue. In 2022, over 9,000 people in Baltimore were homeless. Many sleep on sidewalks or in their cars, while shelters remain overwhelmed. The opioid crisis has further strained the city, with addiction and mental health issues driving more people into poverty and homelessness. Schools are underfunded, leaving children trapped in cycles of poverty. Despite these struggles, Baltimore has potential. Community organizations are working tirelessly to provide job training and addiction recovery programs. If these efforts are scaled and supported, Baltimore could reclaim its status as a vibrant, thriving city. Hawaii, often seen as a tropical paradise, is a place of stark contrasts. Tourists see luxury resorts and pristine beaches, but for many locals, the reality is far less glamorous. Hawaii's cost of living is among the highest in the US. Rent for a modest one-bedroom apartment in Honolulu averages $2,500 a month, and groceries can cost nearly double the national average due to high import fees. This financial strain has left thousands of residents without stable housing. Hawaii also has the highest homelessness rate in the country, with over 44 out of every 10,000 residents living on the streets. Entire families often find themselves in makeshift tent communities, struggling to survive in a place marketed as paradise. Compounding these issues are low-paying jobs in the tourism industry, which rarely provide enough to cover basic living expenses. Efforts to address the crisis include affordable housing initiatives and community-based solutions, but progress is slow. Without a comprehensive overhaul of the housing and wage structures, the gap between paradise and poverty will continue to grow. Pennsylvania, once a keystone of American industry, has seen better days. The decline of the manufacturing sector has left a void in many communities, leading to job losses and stagnant wages. Over 40,000 residents left Pennsylvania in 2023 alone, seeking better opportunities in other states. This population decline adds to the state's economic challenges, with an average household income of $67,500 and a poverty rate creeping upward. Homelessness is becoming more visible. Affordable housing is in short supply, and shelter shelters are struggling to keep up with demand. The opioid crisis has further devastated communities, with addiction often leading to homelessness and crime. Despite these issues, Pennsylvania has pockets of innovation, with cities like Pittsburgh transitioning to tech and healthcare industries. However, the state must find ways to bring these opportunities to rural and struggling urban areas to reverse its decline. Las Vegas, Nevada, is a city of dazzling lights and shattered dreams. Behind the glitz of the Strip lies a stark reality. Nearly 15% of its residents live below the poverty line. In 2022, over 18,000 people in Nevada were homeless, a 12% increase from the previous year. Many jobs in Las Vegas are tied to the tourism industry, which can be highly unstable. When economic downturns hit, layoffs ripple through the community, leaving thousands without income. The state's housing market has also failed to keep up with demand, driving up rents and forcing families into overcrowded conditions, or worse, onto the streets. Community initiatives, such as job training and affordable housing projects, aim to address these problems, but the challenges remain steep. Las Vegas needs to diversify its economy to provide stability for its residents. Louisiana, known for its vibrant culture, faces some of the most daunting challenges in the country. With a poverty rate of 18.5% and an average household income of $53,500, many families live paycheck to paycheck. Natural disasters, like hurricanes, have only exacerbated the state's struggles. Even years after Hurricane Katrina, the state has not fully recovered. Thousands remain displaced, and many neighborhoods still show the scars of past disasters. The state also grapples with systemic issues like corruption and underfunded public services, which hinder recovery efforts. Community resilience is strong in Louisiana, and grassroots efforts continue to push for change. However, without significant investment in infrastructure and disaster preparedness, the state remains at risk. West Virginia, once a coal mining powerhouse, is now a state in decline. Coal jobs have decreased by over 40% in the last decade, leaving entire communities without a primary source of income. The state's aging population and lack of opportunities for young people have driven many to leave, resulting in a population decline. Meanwhile, homelessness and poverty persist, with limited resources available for those in need. Substance abuse remains a critical issue, further straining the state's social services. Innovation and investment in new industries are essential for West Virginia's future, but progress has been slow. Without these changes, the state risks becoming a shadow of its former self. Illinois is in financial freefall. Nearly 140,000 residents left the state in 2023, citing high taxes and economic instability. Property taxes are some of the highest in the nation, and the state faces over $140 billion in pension debt. Homelessness is another growing crisis, with over 65,000 people lacking stable housing. Public programs are stretched thin, unable to meet the demand for support. Illinois is a cautionary tale of what happens when fiscal mismanagement goes unchecked. Despite these challenges, Illinois has a robust economy in areas like Chicago. If the state can address its debt and invest in public services, it has a chance to stabilize. Under the weight of its challenges, with home prices averaging $750,000 and an income tax rate of 13.3%, many residents are fleeing. Over 250,000 people left California in 2023, unable to keep up with the state's high cost of living. Homelessness is a growing epidemic, with over 171,000 people living on the streets. Entire encampments line city blocks, showcasing the stark divide between wealth and poverty. California's struggles are a warning for other states chasing growth without addressing inequality. New York, the Empire State, is crumbling under its own weight. Sky-high living costs and excessive taxes are driving residents away, with many seeking refuge in more affordable states. Homelessness continues to rise, with thousands sleeping on the streets of New York City every night. Despite being a cultural and financial hub, the gap between rich and poor is widening. Unless drastic changes are made, New York risks losing the vibrancy that once defined it. From Alaska's icy wilderness to California's sunny but struggling coastlines, these states reveal the cracks in the American dream. Are these states doomed to collapse, or can they bounce back? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the challenges shaping America today.